Hey, comic book fans! Hey, Spider-Man fans! Welcome back to the return of Spidey Classics. That's right, fans, and we are on episode number 12, and we're continuing the Kraven's Last Hunt story saga. Last we left off, we were on part 2, and now we are going on to part number 3. That's right, fans. This takes place in Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, issue number 130. One, and this is otherwise known as Descent. You can see here we got a cool cover of which is Kraven the Hunter dressed as Black Spider-Man going against Vermin, as you can see here. So if you go through this particular issue of Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man, we can see the art is really well done here. The series continues to be really dark. You get to see Kraven the Hunter dressed as Spider-Man killing people. And it's really crazy what you see here when you're reading through these pages, and it's things that Spider-Man normally would not do. And I said this before when I was reviewing this series, is that this reminds me a lot of Superior Spider-Man, and I can see where Dan Slott maybe got the idea of writing Superior Spider-Man, because in many ways Kraven the Hunter was fighting Spider-Man to become superior, to get his honor back. So it's really interesting here. But again, you can see that gritty, dark artwork, how it's constantly raining. There's actually rats taking a police officer in the sewer, which I thought was really gruesome. You get to see one part here where Vermin is licking a female police officer, where it reminds him of his mother or whatnot. So just really dark, gruesome, gritty. It's always raining in here. So this story has awesome artwork in here. So what was this part about? Well, in this particular issue, you get to see Kraven continuing his evil ways. It's been going on for a couple weeks now, and he's been defeating the criminals like Spider-Man would, but he's putting them in hospitals. He's killing people. He's snapping necks, and we get to see that here. And Kraven convinces himself that he is still Kraven the Hunter, even though he has taken the mantle of the Spider, which I thought was pretty neat. Throughout this issue, you wind up seeing Vermin causing problems. He's trying to get Spider-Man's attention as well, and because he wants revenge on Spider-Man, and because he felt that he was defeated because he had Captain Flag teamed up with him, which was otherwise known as Captain America. That's what he refers him to. So after some brief struggles with the police, he winds up going back under his sewers. You get to see a little bit of Mary Jane and Joe Robertson here. She's trying to get information. She knows something's wrong. She knows that the Spider-Man that's out there is not the Peter that she really knows, and there's something either happened to him, that he's dying, or he's crazy. So, but she bails out. She doesn't want to risk giving the secret away. So Kraven does one other thing here, is that he gets in tune with Vermin, and he feels like to be that top Spider-Man, he needs to beat Vermin, because he feels that the last time Spider-Man and Vermin met with each other, that Spider-Man didn't beat him. He cheated, so because he teamed up with Captain America. So now they could both go beat up on each other here. And we get to see that here. And it's just like if Spider-Man defeated Vermin, he would get that true honor of being a true Spider-Man. So it's pretty awesome to see this battle between these characters. Really action-packed. But by the time you get to the end of it, you got to see Kraven the Hunter Spider-Man. He winds up prevailing. And we get to see him carrying him off into the streets. But just as you see that, what do you see here on the bottom? It looks like that Peter Parker Spider-Man is rising from the grave. So he wasn't totally killed. He may have been drugged or suffocated, but he never ran out of oxygen or whatnot. It looks like he's rising from the grave, because when you go into the next issue of Web of Spider-Man, issue number 32, you see Peter Parker Spider-Man again completely rising from that grave. So I can't wait to review that one. After reading this story really continues to impress me. It really holds up to the test of time. It competes with any artwork that's out there. You know, the dialogue and the grittiness between the characters it's just awesome. It's super dark, and I enjoy this. This is a different type of Spider-Man story where you would think that you would not like a dark Spider-Man story, but this one was done really, really right, and it fits, you know, that Kraven the Hunter situation on what he was trying to do here. So I really like this. I mean, if you compare this to Superior Spider-Man and Kraven the Hunter, you know, Superior Spider-Man is good for modern day, but this is just the right length amount of issues, and I think the story was done right and it wasn't dragged on based off of so far the 3 issues that I read, and I know it's only 6, but great issue. I highly suggest you guys read this. I'm reading it right now off of my Amazing Spider-Man, the Kravens and the Last Hunt trade. I do have these in single issues, but it's just easier to review it and read it all in trade. So after reading this one, I give this issue a 5 out of 5 stars. I like seeing a little bit of each character, Kraven on what he's doing, a little bit of the desperation for Mary Jane. I love seeing Vermin, and I love seeing Spider-Man's hand pop up from that grave at the end of the issue. So again, guys, 5 out of 5 for me. Hopefully you enjoyed Spidey Classics episode number 12, and stay tuned for the next episode next week. So guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0, and until that next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Take care, fans.